Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Salsa Diva Nabila. Today I want to presentation about the challenges and strategy in teaching TOEFL and IELTS test preparation. While without wasting the time, abstract. High-level English proficiency tests such as TOEFL and IELTS open an opportunity for people in Indonesia to study at leading university, both locally and abroad. The study was conducted to find out 1. The challenge of teacher in teaching the TOEFL and IELTS tests, and 2. Teacher strategy in motivating students. The method used is a qualitative approach with two face-to-face interview as a data collection instrument. Overall, although teachers face several challenges in teaching IELTS and TOEFL tests, they also have strategies to overcome them. And next, introduction. TOEFL, or Test of English as a Foreign Language Institutional TOEFL Prediction, and IELTS, International English Testing System. Test is an English proficiency test that measures the skill or abilities of non-native English speakers. TOEFL and IELTS are very hard work for students, and it requires fun and creative learning from the teachers. Harriet also claims the problem of having a large number of students is that the class is dominated by a small number of students who are interested in the subject being taught, that too many students, so it requires a large classroom, which causes difficulties for teachers in listening to students speak and vice versa. The next is method for this journal. This journal uses qualitative approach. Qualitative research helps with finding out truth or academic perspective staff, leaders, and outside clients as depiction of the process in a situation. In addition, the purpose of conducting a qualitative study is to be related to understanding of social events from the teacher's point of view through their experience. And related to that, research can obtain teacher point of view in teaching TOEFL and IELTS test preparation. Next is face-to-face interview. Researchers use this face-to-face interview. Brown and Clark state that face-to-face interview are time-consuming researches in preparing organization, perform and copy, but they are flexible idea for a sensitive problem. Each example has a small sample and rich, detailed data, and the researchers have a control over the data. And then the next, participant. Purposive sampling is approach to selecting samples based on knowledge of the population, its element and research objective. According to Creswell, the purpose of sampling can inform objectively in understanding the research problem by selecting participant and learning location. After I explain for methods, the next I explain for finding and discussion this journal. All participants share their perception, point of view, feeling, opinion, and experience about teaching. Bernard says that the aim of a qualitative study is to focus on teacher perspective through experience to gain a deeper understanding of social situation. In addition, several new phenomena were discovered during the data processing collection. It introduces these phenomena and discusses them. Okay, the next is teacher challenges in teaching TOEFL and IELTS. 1. High student expectation. Student high expectations are one of the main challenges they face during teaching experience. Especially since student expectations are followed by a lack of understanding of English language, the teacher becomes very stressed. 2. Lack of student effort. The second challenge facing the teacher face is that student with high hope is the student who makes no effort. They, especially high school students taking preparatory classes, just forget an English proficiency test certificate quick. 3. Study time limit. Limited time for exam preparation also cause trouble in the exam preparation. Most of the students come last minute to exam preparation class, and they needed to increase their target score in 2 weeks. 4. Teacher experience. The next problem is experienced teacher in teaching TOEFL and IELTS. Some of them claim to still have anxiety and lack of confidence in teaching TOEFL and IELTS, despite having taught them for more than 2 years and has been qualification to teach. Number 5. High school student problem. Another problem is when students are high school, most of the teachers complain that high school students are noisy, disobedient, and always distracted by their cell phone. The next, teacher strategy in motivating students in exam preparation. 1. Student awareness. Ervani, Pesta, and Harander confirmed TOEFL and IELTS is obtained to fulfill university entry requirements and scholarship. It means TOEFL and IELTS is important for those who needed one of them. 2. Learning fun. For another strategy to motivate students to learn, teachers need to make games fun activity and intermezzo in the class to overcome boredom, monotony, and seriousness of teaching and learning process. 3. Telling stories of successful people. Another way to motivate students according to the teacher telling about the people who obtain their target score and what do they do after that. Some teachers believe that this strategy can motivate students in studying TOEFL and IELTS. They tell his story based on their own experience or those of their friends and students who have managed to achieve their target score for enter their dream job or university. 4. Remind students. The next strategy to motivate students is to remind them why they join class. Khodedi and Yatmenher and Suryaningsi argue that one of the challenges faced by students have in studying TOEFL and IELTS are invest a lot of energy, time, and money. Conclusion. It can be concluded that there are several challenges that teachers encounter when teaching high-level English proficiency test preparation. In short, the challenges faced by teachers arise from student attitudes, classroom situation, and teacher anxiety. However, most teachers agree that student expectation of getting their target score is the biggest challenge of all science. It is the student goal in studying for exam preparation. It was also found that there are several strategies used by teachers and increasing student motivation in study exam preparation. Alright, I think that's all for my presentation. Thank you very much. Good afternoon everyone. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.